Good morning. It is day 34. Today is the day we reintroduce non-gluten grains.
So we have reached the end of the reintegration day for gluten-free grains. Today was awesome. I I was very much looking forward to today because I do enjoy grains, and I didn't realize just how much I think I enjoy them until I had a day where I had to eat them. Um, I started the day off with rice, and it was awesome. We had like breakfast rice. And then my lunch, I found organic corn chips at Trader Joe's, which are, they kind of remind me of Fritos, but without any of the stuff in Fritos. It's just like the corn and I think it's sunflower oil. I don't know. I had thought they were going to taste like more like tortilla chips, but then they were just a little thicker and kind of crispier. And they were really good. I had those with like a Chipotle garlic salsa, which is also Trader Joe's. It was crazy because it's the Super Bowl this weekend, and so I walked into the store and it was right there on sale. Everything was super cheap and awesome. I had rehearsal this morning, and my car needed new tires, so I ended up coming out to the suburbs to get some tires, and met up with my parents who ran to Whole Foods. While I was waiting for my car, they went to Whole Foods and then met me later on, and we ended up they picked up like the Primal Kitchen Chipotle, I think it's Chipotle lime mayo. It was really good. And then they also got gluten-free bread and Whole30 approved bacon, and so our dinner was BLTs on gluten-free toast with mayo and ghee. And they also bought ghee. And then my side was a lettuce wrap of the same thing. Like a bacon, tomato, chipotle lime mayo lettuce wrap was my side to my BLT in the toast. I was very excited about it today. And then after that, I also had popcorn because I realized like almost at the end of that, I was like, oh my gosh, I can have popcorn. And so I made just a little bit in the microwave of popcorn, literally just stuck kernels in a paper bag and microwaved it, hit the popcorn button, and it made popcorn. And then I covered it in a little bit of garlic salt and some ghee, melted ghee, which was also very good. It turns out when I can have gluten-free grains, I snack, and I want to snack. In fact, after breakfast, I had today was a bacon-filled day. Breakfast was the rice with bacon. I also had some orange juice that was just oranges, and coffee before I left for rehearsal. But then usually I'm not necessarily hungry after rehearsal, but today I was. I didn't really have anything. Well, there was oil within the rice for the fat, but I got out of rehearsal. I was hungry, so I had an apple. I ended up having an RX bar today. I had also, there was something else that I had to snack on. Oh, some watermelon. So I wasn't like crazy. Like I didn't go insane, but I was overly excited about the grains that I could have. And then when I wasn't eating, I wanted stuff. And so I made sure that my extras today were on plan, with the fruit and the RX bar. But yeah, I don't think physically I'm noticing. I feel fine. I might wake up tomorrow with less energy. I'm not sure yet because I haven't gone to bed. But grains definitely make me want to snack. They make me feel like I'm snacking, and snacking makes me want to snack. So I definitely noticed that today. So physical stuff aside, that's a definite thing for me. I guess trigger. I don't know if I'd say trigger. It didn't feel uncontrollable, but it also didn't feel... It felt like I would be annoyed if I didn't allow myself to honor what I was looking for. And it didn't matter that I grabbed watermelon. I just wanted to grab something, which is interesting to me. So it's definitely something that once I had gotten to those ends of the days, of those 30 days, I wasn't needing a snack so much. And if I did snack, it was usually on days that I nanny, when I'm making the kids dinner, I would have like carrots and almond butter. And a lot of times it was because I knew I wanted to have a later dinner, and I wanted to be present with the kids and like things like that, where it wasn't like I needed food. It was like I worked it into my plan, and then I would do it with like, it wasn't like I was eating a bunch of fruit with the almond butter. I was eating the vegetables. I was eating carrots, and I was like making those choices and bringing stuff with me on purpose to work to eat. So, and my lunch would be at like 1, and dinner would be at like 8 or 9. So it was like this like ridiculous time of like stretch of time where I could make it stretch, but didn't want to make it stretch. And I didn't want to get to the night hungry and eat more. So it was like very well thought out. Whereas today it was more, a lot more free for all, kind of grab what you can, do what you want. It felt very like, I don't know, different, very different. Not negative different, just different. I don't really know how else to describe it. But it does definitely feel like that was a grain thing. Like I feel like having that specific type of food in my system made me think it was time to eat sooner than it was. Because then it was like, I think I had like 3 pieces of watermelon, of those little like chunks of watermelon, and then I felt like I was fine. I had like an apple and I was fine. But it felt like more often I needed to eat. And it was like, okay, it's time to eat. And it's like, it's not really time to eat yet, so you're going to have an apple. Yeah, anyway, if you're doing the Whole30 and you're hitting this gluten-free grain day reintroduction and you're feeling similar things, please let me know in the comments section below this video. I will keep you posted, whatever else might happen. Mood's still great, energy's still great. I did feel a little tired earlier, right before dinner. I was definitely feeling like I laid down for a minute and I was like, oh, I could sleep right now. And it was like 7 o'clock at night. And then we made dinner and then I was fine again. So I definitely feel like the dip in energy, it makes sense in theory. I think what would happen is like, is that how it works? Like I would eat the grains, my body would use that for fuel and then want more grains. Is that how it works? I don't know. I should do some more research. 'Cause I know the idea of using fat within the diet keeps your body working off the fat, so then it can use your own very easily or something, I think is how that works. I don't know. I probably should have done more research on that side of it too before I started, but I did not. I think that's how it works. If I'm wrong, also, please correct me down in the comments, because I would hate for people to read this and be like, oh, this is how it works, and then it's not how it works. Or Google it. Feel free to Google it. I'm sure Google has plenty of answers for us. But otherwise, I don't really have too much to say. At this point, I am definitely just rambling. So I'm going to let you go for the night. But yeah, let me know if there's anything you'd like to chat about or check in about below. If anything's coming up for you diet-wise, food plan-wise, Whole30-wise. If you're doing a different plan and something else is coming up. If you're hearing about the carb day and you're loving it and you're like, oh my God, I wish I had a grain day. I mean, I say have one, but then at the same time, I'm like, but then you're going to like want to eat all day if you're like me. So, anyway, we shall see how it plays itself out. The next 2 days I go back to Whole30, and then the day after that, we're going to test out dairy. So we'll see how the gluten-free grains last or don't last in the system over the next couple days. But until then, have a great night. I hope you had a great day, and I will talk at you tomorrow.